Indrid here, 3v3 faction war, Typhon Arena. It's Grey Knights versus Chaos. First up, we have XPhial. We have three brother captains on the blue team, obviously, alongside Sneakus, Peekus, and Dark Riku rounds them out. These guys are durable commanders that fight melee, walk through cover, and cannot be suppressed. Good offense and support. Red team, I am playing a Plague Champion, starts off range combat, can get melee weapons, great damage potential and utility, can build turrets and repair, but he lacks mobility. Alongside, Osinski is a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, fights melee, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Good offense and disruption. And rounding out red team, Boris just in behind there, using some Doom Bolts. This is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander, fights melee by default, has a bunch of spells to use to ruin your day. Thousand Suns, World Eaters and Death Guard on show. You have Boris and Osinski with Chaos Space Marines, and it looks like Osinski and Boris are both going double CSM. Chaos Lord forced off there. Here I am waiting around. I've gone Chaos Space Marines. I know I'm going to lose the first engagement against a brother captain strike squad and stormtroopers. You need another heretic squad or a Chaos Lord or something to win this engagement, so I'm just going to try and preserve my Chaos Space Marines, kill as many stormtroopers as I can, moving my heretics, but they are unable to get into combat. Now just trying to shoot off as many stormtroopers as I can. I take down 2 and lost how many heretics? 3 heretics. Not a bad trade. Stormtroopers are 25, 3 and 4, so I can't remember how much heretics are, but it's nowhere near that. 500, 497, 1-to-1 cap, very slim early lead for the Grey Knights. Heretics here retreating, these are Boris's. Dark Riku with double Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, as does Sneakus. Sneakus went for the strike squad first though, back at base healing up, and XPhial pushes me off the top. I did not lose a Chaos Space Marine, and he did not lose a strike squad member either. Didn't even take any damage. D caps my natural, and he can cap up these top points. I'm going for some Raptors. I did think about going double Raptors, but decided instead to get out my Plague Champion as well. Here comes some Purgation from Dark Riku. These guys with these Incinerator Flamers that suppress infantry if you fire for long enough. Some good AoE damage as well. Brother captain here of Sneakus, Peekus leading a charge. Getting a bit overextended here and does retreat. Here we see some Corn Worship boosting the speed of these Chaos Space Marines for Osinski. And here comes Boris's Chaos Sorcerer. Looks like Chaos are going to take bottom then. No war gear yet. Against Grey Knights I would go for a full melee build for my Chaos Lord. I'd go Lightning Claws, Harness of Rage and the Dark Halo. We'll see what he goes for. No idea what happened at bottom. Here are my Raptors, jump troops that suppress enemies when they land. Bolt pistols and chainswords. Boris, incidentally losing his heretics, is now going for some Noise Marines. I have an Aspiring Champion on my heretics. Aspiring Champion heretics are so awesome in the hands of a Plague Champion with Touch of Nurgle. My Raptors don't really want to go toe to toe with the strike squad. Same health, it would be a toss up who wins that fight. Strike squad, if they got a special attack, would be well in there. And XPhial has interceptors, teleporting infantry, good at tying up range squads, fighting melee, nice and tough with 1200 hit points, but they cost 550. Meanwhile bottom, Chaos pushing power. Chaos Sorcerer in amongst it with that awesome Psychic special attack he has. The Grey Knight brother captain has an awesome Psychic special attack as well, of course. Dark Riku's brother captain in retreat, and here comes Sneakus, Peekus, and he's gone for the Unending Purge. An awesome piece of war gear. I think it's only 120 or something, or 120-20. Really nicely priced. Adds to the durability of your brother captain, especially if you pair it with the Blessed Aegis. Here are the Noise Marines for Boris. Have this Sound Blaster, or whatever it's called, disables ranged weapons, also does some really nasty AoE damage, but they are forced off here. Their cacophony, of course, won't work against the brother captain. It won't knock him down, but he is going down there. And we are dancing around, XPhial and I, not wanting to engage. XPhial going double interceptors, very heavy tier 1. That's 1,100 just to get those 2 squads on the field. Still fighting bottom though. Chaos Space Marines out of cover here for Boris, and look at the damage those Inquisitorial Stormtroopers can put out, especially when they have their sergeant, and I think all 4 of these guys have a sergeant, yes. And this is XPhial's getting a sergeant as well. He has decapped my natural, but I'll deal with that later. I'm going to engage XPhial's double interceptors. I now have a melee plague champion with a plague sword, which is a power weapon, and a mucus discharge, and I'm in amongst it here. A couple of doom blasts going off. He's focusing down my raptors, trying to get as much economic pressure on me for having to reinforce those guys. Teleports out his interceptors, and now my heretics work on his strike squad alongside the plague champion and take down a model. Can I get another one? 2 are down. It's a good engagement for me. 1 interceptor down, 2 strike squad down. Only lost a raptor, and I think I lose a Chaos Space Marine there, yeah, from the storm bolter of the brother captain. I have this zombie interceptor, but he dies. Now just trying to keep my heretics from wiping here. Really don't want them to wipe. I know there are stormtroopers lurking around somewhere. Meanwhile, bottom, who is this? This is Sneakus, Peekus still down. And Chaos Forces taking bottom again. We have some grenade launch heretics from Osinski. Boris never did replace his heretics. Dark Riku now getting a rhino on the field, and we are pushing power with these bolters. Where are the noise marines? Here they come. Already some Markov Pawn Chaos Space Marines for Osinski, and some more. He's really keeping with this World Eater theme, forcing off these stormtroopers, and I managed to get my heretics away with just the aspiring champion alive. Send my understrength Chaos Space Marines to cap this. I gave them Eternal War incidentally, and I'm the last to go tier 2. All this power I spent, 60 power on my plague champion, 40 on the raptors, 25 on the heretics, and another 15 on the Chaos Space Marines. We have a teleporter up for Dark Riku's brother captain. Gives him the obvious mobility benefits. Can also use it to escape danger, of course, as well as getting in there. Double Markov Pawn CSM, here we go. But look at this, ouch. Psy cannons coming in with those AoE shots. Absolutely melts everything pretty much. And they're already level 2 for Dark Riku. Not sure how much this upgrade costs. I think it's 90-30. And he has more purgation here, and Psy cannons up already. 442, 326. Oh, Demon Shield up for Boris. Good idea to help versus the Psy cannons. There's Doom Bolts going in. He might want to get the teleporter, but he's gone for the Demon Armor. He could have just gone in and tied them up, but he's gone for a defensive approach. 442, 326. This VP remains uncapped, and I finally go tier 2, 3/4 of the way there. Even XPhial got there before me with his double interceptor build, and he has Justicars for both of them. That gives them a power weapon each. Strat Squad also get their Justicar, gives them Purification and Energy Burst, 2 great abilities. And he's hugely outnumbering me, and there is the Furious Intervention. But I can even this up with Touch of Nurgle, and there it is. That was Energy Burst. More Touch of Nurgles going off. Global ability of the Plague Champion on those heretics there. Fantastic synergy with Doom Blast, but I do lose the squad. One last big explosion helps me out greatly, and the Raptors wipe the Stormtroopers there. XPhial just not concentrating on those guys. Very difficult to keep track of everything in an engagement like that. And I force him off. So those Touch of Nurgle heretics really saved me there. Jump away, Raptors, there we go. Forcing off the Strike Squad as well. Took 2 models off those guys. And 2 models off the interceptors, including their Justicar. Well, look at this. Sneakus Peekus has a Grey Knight Dreadnought. with the Inferno Cannon, a big ass flamer basically, which also suppresses, though not instantly. And brother captain of Sneakus Peekus has the Nemesis Force Halberd, splash damage, power melee will be awesome versus those double Mark of Corn CSM. But look at this, Osinski's gone for a Blood Crusher, which is a terrible idea, versus double Psy Cannon Purgation, and as you'd expect, it doesn't last very long. We also have a Psy Cannon on Sneakus Peekus' Strike Squad, so this is 7 Psy Cannons they're having to deal with down here. A Chaos Dreadnought with Mark of Tzeentch firing its awesome missile launcher at this Inferno Cannon Dreadnought of Sneakus. Grey Knight Dreadnoughts have Maelstrom by default, which is an awesome ability of theirs. They are the most expensive Dreadnought or Walker in the game, if you don't count Carnifexes as Walkers. Brother captain of Sneakus Peekus gets away, he's level 2. And we have Dark Riku's level 3 with a Nemesis Demon Hammer, fantastic for disruption. I would have gone for the Halberd as well though, or the Warding Staff. I send my Blood Crusher up because I know I'm up against double interceptors who do have crack grenades but not much else to do against vehicles. Brother captain can't get an anti-vehicle weapon, so I'm pretty confident that my Blood Crusher will be okay. He might eat 2 crack grenades, but other than that he's going to be fine, especially since I replaced my Heretics and gave them another Aspiring Champion because Touch of Nurgle is that good. Also getting some Mark of Khorne on my CSM. You have double Mark of Tzeentch, it looks like, for Boris. No, just 1 Mark of Tzeentch. Osinski with an Aspiring Champion and grenade launchers on his Heretics. And we're hitting power here. Chaos Lord has gone for Armored Inferno, no doubt to try and disrupt these double Psy Cannon Purgation. They really are like mini auto cannons. Don't have the range, of course, of the auto cannons. And there's Blastmaster Marines. An awesome upgrade for Noise Marines, only costs 75, turns them into this artillery unit. And that's bad news for those Stormtroopers. I am hitting power here under some Nurgle worship. Here comes that Grey Knight Dreadnought of Sneakus, and he has another Grey Knight Dreadnought with its default multi-melter, and I think he keeps it this way, which is no bad thing. That multi-melter is awesome. I am forced off by a Hellfury Strike and a bunch of other stuff. Have a Aspiring Champion up for my Raptors, gives them that awesome Lightning Claw. And an Aspiring Champion up for my CSM as well, give them a Breath of Nurgle heal there. My Blood Crusher so far doing well. 291, 326, a 2-to-1 cap for Chaos, and Dark Riku has gone tier 3. He wants that Land Raider Crusader on the field as quickly as possible. It's just double Purgation and that was it. Got nothing else in tier 2 apart from War Gear, of course. And another Chaos Dreadnought for Boris. Are we going to see double Mark of Tzeentch, guys? And XPhial comes to decap my natural, now has a Grey Knight Librarian with Liber Demonica, so he's going to be able to buff all of this melee stuff with Might of Titan, and he has the melee upgrade for his Strike Squad. Yes, he does. Where are they? They're here in amongst it with their halberds, so he has a pretty nasty melee force. He doesn't have Purifiers though. Probably better to get a single interceptor and get Purifiers in tier 2, but I'm gonna go and fight him head on. I know my Blood Crusher is going to eat a couple of crack grenades, but I'm okay with that. And he walks right into it, and they do tons of damage, but after that, I know there's not much he can do. Now trying to get in amongst it, there is Touch of Nurgle on my Heretics. I know I will win the engagement with this, and XPhial knows it too, and retreats. Allows you to win engagements that you really normally wouldn't. Blood Crusher would have made it close though. And now I can worship and heal him up and repair him and get my natural back. I think I send, yes, my Mark of Khorne guys to get their natural. Huge fight brewing on our power. Inferno Cannon Dreadnoughts completely wiped it out, and now it's Dreadnoughts versus Dreadnoughts. We have the default autocannon up for Boris's. The Inferno Cannon is really nasty. Brother Captain wiping out some CSM here. Boris needs to retreat these guys. He's going to lose them and does. Blastmaster getting shots in, not hitting the stormtroopers though. And this one is going to come and tie up the Dreadnought and takes it down. And I come and assist with my Blood Crusher and the rest of my stuff. I don't have much AV though myself, just my Blood Crusher, which does pretty decent melee heavy damage. And we need to try and wipe these Dreadnoughts out. Sneakus Peekus has tons of resources though, could easily go tier 3. There is the Maelstrom slowing down and draining the health of all of this stuff. Bit of a messy engagement, but we do take down both of these Dreadnoughts. Sneakus Peekus confident that he could take out both of Boris's Dreadnoughts, and he did. Boris now looking very thin, but was not counting on some Death Guard showing up. We have some blood letters on the field for Osinski, which are very tempting to get versus Grey Knights, but I find them just too squishy to survive unless you can get worship in there, which is not easy to pull off when they know to target worshipping heretics. So I much prefer Raptors versus Purgation Squads and stuff. That was an Imperial just to stop the cap there. A bit of a waste, I think. Who was that? Osinski. 189-297. It's a 1-to-1 cap. Almost 100 VP lead for Chaos. We are bashing power here. Blood letters from Osinski, my Raptors and my Blood Crusher, and I decap it with heretics as well. Just finish off this generator. There we go. Osinski jumps in. I should have finished this generator as well, but there we go. Because here comes XPhial with a Rhino of his own. My Plague Champion kicking some ass. Level 4 now. Raptors jumping in for the suppression. Ouch! 2 crack grenades on my Blood Crusher, and it's taken twin-link las cannon hits off this Rhino. I know he's not going to survive. I should have charged him out probably, but I just wanted to kill stuff. I have touched Nuggle Heretics in there as well, but I should have worshipped perhaps, maybe. But down goes the Blood Crusher. Did quite well. 189-297. I'm now tier 3. Boris is also going tier 3. Everyone apart from XPhial, who's spent tons on his Librarian double interceptors with their grenades, and his brother captain now has the Nemesis Warding Staff. Really nice support power weapon. Gives you ward, also does a pretty nasty 83 DPS of power melee, as you can see there. 189-275 is a double cap for the Grey Knights. Boris looking thin, but so is Sneakus, though Sneakus does have a absolute mountain of requisition. There's the triple cap for the Grey Knights, and we take down this brother captain now. Puts ward on himself, but it's not enough to protect against 2 fully upgraded Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marine squads, and here comes my Plague Champion as well. Now we do take him down in retreat, and we can cap our VP, and I heal up Osinski's CSM. There we go. And my heretics managed to decap and not die. 189-228 is a no cap. Grey Knights are retaking bottom, and look at this. Land Raider Crusader on the field for Dark Riku. Hurricane Bolters, Twin Linked Assault Cannon, Multi-Mel to this thing. Just brings death. Also allows you to reinforce and regenerates your health and energy. It's so strong right now, especially since it's just 100 red to drop this thing anywhere on the battlefield, which I think is ridiculously low, seeing as it costs the same as any other Land Raider, well, the Space Marine Land Raider in a way, and it has no build time since you can just drop it. That is a huge advantage. Even the Bane Wolf for the Inquisitors, I think 200 red to drop, and this thing's only 100 red. The only thing that you could make a case for being overpowered in the Grey Knight roster, I think, is this crazy droppable Land Raider Crusader. Something just leveled up, I think that was Purgation, and they get back inside, completely wiping our power out, and Dark Riku is capping it. Grey Knight Terminator is on the way for Sneakus. I am saving for a Great Unclean One because I'm Death Guard and I want one anyway, even though it might not be the best choice ever. I'm pretty sure that XPhial isn't tier 3 because of the amount of stuff he's got, so I think a Great Unclean One will help me out. Here is Osinski pushing without me. He should have waited. I was bashing power, but he goes in alone. Does quite well though. Takes down a couple of interceptors, including the Justicart. My heretics here go after those stormtroopers, and I think they wipe them out. Level 3 stormtroopers for Sneakus Peekus going down there. Big engagement. Here comes Boris to help. And here comes my stuff, but I'm being suppressed by this giant Land Raider and need to retreat. Look at the DPS it puts out alongside that purgation and those stormtroopers. And I run away. 188, 169. Here comes some Plague Marines for Boris. Look at the damage they take even inside of this demon shield. We have the Bloodmaul up for the Chaos Lord with Armored Inferno and Icon of Corn. Not very good synergy, I think. You want something that attacks quickly with Icon of Corn, such as his Lightning Claws. Should have gone for the Demonic Visage. He's in retreat now and should get away. And my Great Unclean One is on the field. I want to back that up with a bunch of Havoc, spread them out and frustrate XPhial's interceptors. I didn't know that he'd lost one at this point, and I'm pretty confident I can take top with my Great Unclean One, not knowing of course that 2 players go top. 2 gens here. You see the husks of all the dreadnoughts that are on the field. 4 dreadnoughts going down in this game. Land of the Crusader hasn't taken a scratch yet and is heading bottom. Here are the Grey Knight Terminators for Sneakus, catching my CSM in retreat. I should have realised at this point that they were up there, but I just retreated them and didn't watch them retreat. My Great Unclean One waiting top. Here comes the rest of my stuff. And Boris is trying to take on a Land Raider Crusader with just Plague Marines. We are power starved right now. Just plus 24 income. Purgation will now cap. Level 3. The other squad's level 2. Level 2 all around for XPhial. Level 3 strike squad for Sneakus. I have level 2 CSM, level 3 Raptors. My CSM are back at base though, so I'm attacking 2 players under strength, which was mental. I should have backed off right now, thinking that my Great Unclean One will save me. Another mistake I made is worshipping way too close. Sneakus Peekus easily able to go and hunt down my heretics, so I'm forced to retreat them, I think. No, they wipe. They just wipe. I don't even try to retreat them. My Plague Champion goes down despite healing himself. And now it's just my Great Unclean One all alone against a crap ton of Grey Knights, which is not going to end well for it. 147, 114, especially with those Terminators putting in all those power melee attacks. There's my Vomit, and I do manage to take out a Purgation with Foul Snare. Where is it? There it is. The Great Unclean One does do damage over time passively in an area around him. And even my Havocs get caught by the Brother Captain, who's level 4 for XPhial, now level 5. And there's an Imperial Abyss from me trying to save my Great Unclean One, but it doesn't work. Las Cannon takes it down, leveling the Rhino to 3. And just very, very poor play from me to try and stay in that engagement. No guarantee that my Great Unclean One would have got away, of course, chased by that Rhino and Terminators and everything else with We Are the Hammer buffing speed, but I probably should have tried to run 147, 76, and it's looking very dire now for the Chaos team. Sneakus Peekus might be saving for Paladins. We do have some Paladins already on the field for Dark Riku, and here they are. Heavy melee damage, also emit a passive AoE buff, damage resistance, and a damage buff. They are very expensive though, 700, 200 to get those guys on the field. 147, 42, there's a triple cap. And he counters my 3 Havocs with a orbital, and I think I lose one of the squads. I'm just trying to keep my Chaos Space Marines in play to decap this, but there's no way we can decap 2 in time. My Havoc's forced off. My Raptors, my Chaos Space Marines just about surviving. Lost my Raptors in the big Great Unclean One engagement, which was stupid. 147, triple cap, and there is the victory for the Grey Knights. Maybe some more time. We could have come back into it, but we had no time. Paladins were on the way for Sneakus as well, and it was pretty much the Land Raider Crusader that wins the game, coming on the field so quickly after you get to tier 3. Plop it down any way you like, it will shoot the crap out of everything. Well played by the Grey Knight team. Death Guard, World Eaters and Thousand Suns left wanting right now. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.